Hey everybody, this is Brett with Indie Comics Dispatch and broadcasting from an undisclosed location deep within the Milky Way galaxy. This is Broadcast from the Dispatch. Good evening and welcome to our season finale of season 1 of Broadcast from the Dispatch. We kind of unofficially started, I guess, about a year ago. And we really kicked into high gear in October when Broadcast from the Dispatch officially premiered, but we kind of started doing a more formalized interview system right around this time last year when we had some guys from a little company called Konkret Comics on. And so what better way to end season 1 than with the guys from Konkret Comics again? And so we'll introduce them in just a moment. I just have a couple updates before we start bringing them on. One, this week we got our official notice from the state of Georgia. It's not the federal approval, but it's the state level approval that Indie Comics Dispatch Incorporated is officially a nonprofit, what they call a domestic nonprofit incorporation in the state of Georgia. So that is step one. It's a huge step. We had to submit our board of directors, which we'll be announcing very soon also. And so the state has signed off on all of it. And we are, for the state of Georgia, an official nonprofit corporation. And so that is spectacular. That's the first huge step towards federal 501c3 recognition. So where you too can get a tax deduction on your taxes for donating to Indie Comics Dispatch once we get that 501c3. Anyway, a bunch of stuff with the Kickstarter happening. That was the first one. Second one is I sent out digital rewards. If you were a backer, basically every level had some sort of digital reward with it. So check your Kickstarter messages. Your link to your digital rewards are in your Kickstarter messages. I'll be sharing those via email over the coming week or so also. But if you want access to it all right now, check your Kickstarter messages for those digital contents. All the physical goods have been ordered and are on their way here from various places. And so by mid-July, it should all be in-house and getting packed and sent out. And by in-house, I mean literally in my house at my dining room table. So be on the lookout for that stuff coming if you backed with physical rewards also. One last time, thank you to everybody who donated to the Kickstarter. We are doing big things because you believe in us and because you gave us the ability to become a 501c3 organization, because you gave us the ability to launch the ICD Awards this next year, because you gave us the ability to take July off, which is what we're doing, and plan season 2 of Broadcast from the Dispatch and some of the other stuff going on around here. So it's exciting times. I'm excited for it all. And I hope you are too. If you haven't checked out indiecomicsdispatch.com lately, please go do that. We have all sorts of great news stories going on there. Every single day there's a new feature. So be sure to check that out. Without any further ado, let's welcome the guys from Konkret. I'm going to bring them all on at once and let them go around and introduce themselves if you don't already know them. So we will start with Lonzo.
Whoa. Hey, what's going on, man? Shout out to you, Brad, and congratulations on everything that you got going on.
Thank you, sir.
You're doing great things, man. Seeing you blossom was exceptional.
Doesn't Konkret Week that we did last year seem like so long ago?
It seems like forever, especially with the whole COVID, 2020 was like the longest year ever. So,
Yeah. Quentin Rushing, been waiting for this show for months. So we got Lonzo, and then next to Lonzo, we have Onaji. Onaji, introduce yourself.
Can you hear me? Am I good? Okay, good. Mm-hmm. What's up, everyone? My name is Onaji Rouse. I'm the creator of Odina and Kandaki and Sister Circle. And yeah.
Very good. Let's go down to Daniel.
Hi, everybody. My name is Teno DiCabo. I'm the only one that does not have a DJ voice in this podcast. I'm also the editor-in-chief of Konkret Comics, and I'm the creator of Andy Starboy and Tenok, God of Fire.
Very good. Jermeal.
Name is Jamil Lessie, creative absolver. I'm the art director of Konkret Comics. I'm also going to be working on my comic called The Brothers Square. Thank you very much. Come back Onagi's Sister Circle. So look out for that.
I'm looking for that one. I'm looking for that one to come down.
Oh, that's a joke. That's a joke. Not a Brothers Square.
Why not? Why
It's
not?
We are triangles, is what we're going to call ourselves.
Brothers Triangle.
No, I'm just saying, we are triangles, not square triangles.
Lonzo, you didn't say your title, so go ahead and give a plug for your title. We can't hear you. I can't hear you, at least.
Sorry about that.
There
guys.
you go. Okay.
So my name is Lonzo Starr. I am the founder of
His
Konkret
own mic
Comics
come
and
off.
creative director. And I am the creator of The Legend of Acolyte and Zoriel coming soon. And I have a couple other titles that I'm bringing out.
Fantastic. Well, let's jump in right there. You dropped some big news this week about Acolyte number 3. Let's
Yes,
talk
sir.
about it.
Yes,
When's that launching? Do you have a date yet, or are you just collecting those saves right now? Or
So it's dropping in actually about, what is that, 72 hours or 48 hours now? So yeah, it's dropping on Friday. So Friday
Nice.
morning, 12 p.m. We got some really dope things going on. Every cover in this Kickstarter is exclusive, kind of like how everybody loved our newest guy, The Watchman. He dropped the Mamba Mentality cover, as you see that. So be on the lookout for some exclusive covers, something like this in the Acolyte Kickstarter. So yeah, it's gonna be a definitely fun ride. I'm also gonna be including a new song of mine from Acolyte, actually. So yeah, it's gonna be dope.
Very cool. Because as we learned in Acolyte 2, he is you, or you are him, or Acolyte's name, or his name on Earth once he returns is Lonzo Starr.
Yeah, well, his music. Well, he's a music producer, so
Right.
his music producer name is Lonzo Starr. His real name is Dimitri Price. But yeah, he's one and the same. He's like the lesser version of me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm way better than he is. You know. But
Right.
Yeah.
Same cosmic gifts, but different. Yeah.
His are like dumbed down a little bit. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So when we last left off Acolyte. When we last left off Acolyte, there was some shit going down.
Yes, sir.
Some people appearing on Earth.
The children of chaos have landed.
Yep.
And they got some things to talk about.
Jumping off right from there?
It starts right from there. So like from issue 2, issue 3 literally is like turning the page. Nice. So it starts right from there. I give you a little flashback of something that happened before he came back to Earth, and then it jumps right back into it, and you kind of get another sneak peek at what's really going on Earth and what these cosmic beings are looking for and why they're coming to Earth. So
that's really
cool. We got to see if Acolyte can hold it down for us. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he can, but
right, because he's the lesser version of you.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So last time you guys, well, I guess Watchmen was the first individual Kickstarter for Konkret Comics.
Yes, sir.
Before that, year 1 Konkret, year 2 Konkret, you guys had the books grouped together. You're getting way too many titles now to keep that going. So will we start seeing a lot of individual Kickstarters, or how are you guys managing it from here out?
Well, after the Acolyte Kickstarter wraps up, and we also might be introducing a new book in that Kickstarter as well, just to keep in mind. And then right after that, we got the baddest bee in the world coming right after that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Odina, but she's kicking the door in right after Acolyte. She's coming in there swinging, throwing purses and all that.
What?
Throwing purses.
You can't say that, sir.
I'm sorry, man, but I was trying to find a quick way to describe how glorious she is, and just the baddest bee was like the first thing that popped in my head.
So let me ask you this then, Lonzo. If you're going to your wife and trying to describe her in a glorious way, does she like you to say she's the baddest bee?
Negative. I cannot say that. I call her queen.
That's
my
what I thought.
Wife, But that is not my swag. So,
but I get what you're saying.
I do think Odina would describe herself as the baddest bee.
She might.
Actually, she would.
Yeah.
That's pretty in character for the Queen of Concrete.
There it is.
I mean, that's what, just giving Lonzo help, but she would. She definitely likes her trap music.
Wait till y'all see some of these covers for that Odina stuff, man, and some of them surprises that Onaji got. He's still keeping surprises from me. I only know like a few things. So
Onaji, let's switch over there then. So you have we have Acolyte 3 going down starting on Friday. So that campaign, I'm assuming, will be a 30-day campaign. And then how soon after that ends does Odina 3 launch?
She comes like right after.
Really?
Yeah, like not too far right behind. Like she's literally like right at the tail end.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
The month
And
of August is going to
everything's
be
already
all about Odina.
Yeah, and everything's already ready. Like we ready to go.
Books are done already at the printer. So soon as we get funded, y'all are getting them. And even the surprise books are done. So, yeah. Ain't nothing getting funded here. It's all pre-launch, pre-orders. So
nice. So there's going to be a surprise book that drops with Acolyte.
You've probably seen her. You've seen Zoriel. I'll just throw it out. Zoriel is going to be something that can be achieved in this Kickstarter if we reach a certain goal. But that is going to be dope, and I'm very excited for y'all to see her as well. And some of them things that Onaji got chilling in the cut as well. So
nice. And then so once Odina's done, Jermail, are we going to see Absolver 3?
Definitely gonna see Absolver.
There was a dramatic pause there.
I don't got nothing slick to say. I was gonna try to be funny, but Absolver 3 definitely gonna drop soon after Odina.
Nice.
So ready to go.
And then of course Daniel. After Absolver, are we going to see Andy Starboy 2?
Actually, either this year or next year, we are going to be seeing a new creation from me that is going to be incorporating the Concrete universe. His name is Tenok, the God of Fire. It's an Aztec-inspired superhero epic that deals with Mesoamerican mythology. And it's going to be incorporating the Concrete universe sooner than you expected. Andy Starboy so far is in a pause. We will be continuing it at some point, but the response to Tenok has been so overwhelmingly positive. I mean, we had like boxing champions like liking and sharing the posts about this character, and we had like actors and celebrities just popping into it. So it's a book that we need to pull out. So I've been focusing on Tenok. Everybody's just crazy about this book. I'm crazy about this book. You're going to be crazy about the book. So thank you, Quentin. I really love Andy Starboy too, and you will definitely be seeing a lot more of it.
Trust me, y'all know what's in store for Andy. Stick around.
There's a lot in store for Andy in many fields, but you're going to fall in love with Tenok. I can ensure that.
That's really cool. I can't wait to read it. So you guys have all these new titles coming and more on the way. You've added Decimation Earth to the lineup of Konkret Comics.
Yes, sir.
I think I know of one more creator who's jumping on board with you that I won't say.
Who's out here leaking information? Hold on, what's going on here?
We'll Daniel? Talk after the show. Godhood Comics on Instagram says Panel of Gods. It is.
Shout out to my man Godhood. Yeah. We will definitely be linking with him when we're going to Atlanta Comic Con, which we hope to see you at too, Brett. So
yeah.
I'm all gonna be there. It's gonna be a lot of people there. I think Lost Children of Andromeda is gonna be there. I think Impound Comics gonna be there. So it's gonna be like a family reunion. Mm-hmm. So and me, Daniel, Onaji, hopefully Jamil can slide through too. And it's gonna be a party.
That's really cool. So you guys are adding new titles from both yourselves and then new creators. And so how complex is the Concrete universe getting? Does everything exist within one universe, like Decimation Earth, for example? Does that exist within the Concrete universe, or is that like another?
Well, I can say we have a lot of fabrics to our universe. It's one universe, but they're blended very, very lightly. So you're gonna see the tie-ins, but they're gonna be real subtle. And once it comes into fruition, like how everything just, it's gonna be real amazing. But right now we're still working on establishing all of our flagship heroes, because every hero we have is a flagship, because they all represent another angle of the universe, from the cosmics to the spiritual to the interdimensional to the horror with Decimation Earth type title, stuff like that. So each title we have is a flagship. At this point in the game, everyone is a superstar right now. So
That's really cool.
Building them and getting their fan bases larger is the main goal right now. But you got some crossovers coming. Don't think about that. Come on now, Brett. I know what you're trying to do here, Brett. All right? Come on, man.
So after issue 4 is what you're saying, right? After issue 4.
You never know. You never know what's gonna come out of these Kickstarters, man. You never know. You never know.
After all this time, you think Brett will learn that we ain't going to speak on
that? I did. Look,
that's been trained.
I slightly change my tactics every time.
Listen, Brett, we've been trained to know when somebody has on a wire. Okay.
All right. It's just guys. Nobody's watching.
I'm going to be honest. I'm the weakest link. Shoot me some bread, and I'll let you know everything you need to know.
Don't do it.
Right, don't do it. Jamil right now, guys. Hold on. No. But Jamil, but speaking of that, what about ads? We got a preview of ads, and are we going to see a full issue 1?
Listen, I've got to correct something real quick. I work with a couple guys that lived in Africa, and they was from that area. And they told me the proper pronunciation is Adze.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, yo, that's perfect, so just to correct that. We have plans to I have plans to release another preview before the whole before I drop the full story. But I decided to just, pull it back unless you want to work on it, put the book together. And then when we release it, it's going to be another surprise for everybody. And then from there, I'm going ahead and move forward with the real nature of the story that I'm trying to put together, which would include like everybody from Konkret Comics. So that's really I just pulled it back so I could just focus on the book, so.
Makes sense.
That's it.
Makes sense. Well, let's jump back away from the Konkret Comics universe for just a second, and let's go to when you guys, were kids maybe or teenagers, whenever you first started reading comic books. One of the questions that I love, because Konkret Comics is known for diversity, right? Diversity of story, diversity of character. You guys are at the top of that list for a lot of people. And so when was the first time you were reading a book and you saw a character and you thought, aha, this character really represents me? They got it right. Like this isn't just fan service. They got it right. Onaji has a face. Have you had that experience yet, Onaji?
Hell no, because that's why we're in the business.
Yeah, I would say the same. And I'm really trying to think. Like the first person that hopped in my head was like Gambit. I was like, oh, I kind of saw myself in Gambit a little bit, but
other than the mutant population as a total, that's about as far as in like the situations of what they go through. But other than that, like, as far as in that representation, no.
Zero proper representation. Okay, zero proper representation. I was going to be Spawn. To me, just happened to be cool and black and fighting demons. Other than that, I don't know. I based on the question, the answer is no. But I thought Blade was pretty dope. But as far as proper storytelling and representation, like I think it's like no.
Yeah, Blade from the movies definitely was like somebody I thought was dope. I thought Simon Phoenix was definitely dope from
Demolition.
Yeah,
a movie, sir, not a comic.
I'm just saying, these are some of the things that I saw. I was like, okay, that's
Did you have a
works.
blonde?
lit.
Did you
Basically,
have blonde too?
yeah.
I would have Chris Browned it, but I wasn't old enough to have permission to blonde my hair. But
So basically, if it's Wesley, that represents you. You think
Wesley
you're
Snipes
Wesley
definitely did it.
Snipes.
You know what? Them Meteor Man was pretty
Think.
cool.
Oh,
I would
Meteor
say
Man,
that.
yeah.
Meteor Man was pretty
Not
cool.
proper representation.
It was
Meteor Man fighting gangbangers.
yeah. The
Either-
problem with a lot of
I mean, for our
the
age, when Meteor Man dropped out, I was just watching another Superman. But now that you're older, you look back at him.
yeah.
It was
Like,
kind of like a
come on,
novelty
really?
type thing.
like you know,
Oh,
like
yeah. Like his
huh?
his range was way limited. Like and see, I think that's the thing with most of the characters that we looked at that were black. A lot of them had extremely dramatic stories, or they were like deformed, or were cyborgs, lost limbs, and you know what I'm saying. Like there was nothing sexy about our heroes at all.
What
Nothing.
about Blank Man? Didn't you like Blank Man, Liza?
Blank Man was the god, man. Goat. So like, come on, man. Stop. Nah, but I just told you, son. Simon, listen, Nino Brown was my favorite superhero ever of all time. You know what I mean?
Together your stories, obviously you approach it from a much different perspective than a multi-million-dollar corporation does in the first place. But what are some things you guys keep in mind so that your characters and your stories speak to your audience? Because you guys have a very hardcore fan base that seem to support Konkret Comics no matter what. And so your stories obviously must really speak to them. So what are some of those things that you guys keep in mind?
Well, for me, it's really about the story. You know, if it's one thing to create a black character, it's another thing just to like force feed blackness. You know what I'm saying? Like even now, I think the multi-million companies will get it. You know, I'm just my honest opinion. Like I got the new Static Shock issue. I think it's a real good look. I think the artist is dope. I tried to holler at him one time. He's like mad expensive, but you know, that's another story. But you know, and I get the whole Black Lives Movement thing inside the book, but you know, sometimes, you know, when you're reading comics and you look at movies, you're looking for an escape and or a resolution to the problem. And I don't need for every single black character to be having to deal with black issues all the time, if that makes sense. Like it should not be the, you know, what's that word I'm looking for? Somebody help me. It should not be the
main king.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when I write my story, I try to create. I'm gonna tell a great story, include our issues, but let's not make it about that, because at the end of the day, we're all people here. We all deal with certain situations. I'm just bringing it to the forefront of what we go through, and then how my hero or how Absolver will handle that situation. So, and I guarantee I just picked the Mr. Miracle book, and I'm thinking it's gonna be about it's the same exact thing. You know, it's like, okay, I get it. He's a black man, but you know what I'm saying? He has to deal with it too. So that means if I read the Icon book, same thing. You know what I mean? So it's like so now it's become like, okay, what are you really doing now? You know, can we just have a great story without you utilizing our real life as tools? You know, you're a multi-million-dollar company. We don't need stories. We need you to go out on the streets and fund and help build schools. Like, that's what you need to do. We don't need you to give us 30 stories of stuff and Batman helping the next black person. And, you know, we don't need that. You got the money. You go out there and help somebody. So for me, it's all about focusing on story. Make sure I deliver a great story, and then and don't hold back with anything I write or got to say within it. You know, that's just my take on it. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to.
No, some wise words there.
It's all good, man.
I think what helps is that, you know, we don't emphasize on, you know, just, you know, the race issues, because as black people, that's going to be natural. As POCs, that's going to be a natural thing for us, but for us, it's just about telling stories, period. And you got to have the essence of the character. There's more than one way to be black in America. This just like there's more than one way to be a POC in America. So it could be all different types of facades when it comes to like the storytelling. So it doesn't have to be just one direct emphasis on it. So it's all about putting that pure essence of the characters in the character.
Love that.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to add anything?
Yeah, I think that's true too. I think for the most part, well, when it comes to me, particular, when I create a story, I'm really focused on the fantasy aspect of it. Like, what journey am I trying to take you on, and why do I have to have the same lens that I live in? And I want to take you somewhere out of my reality. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of my goal. And if I tie in something that is true to what we live in,
Yeah.
it's not forced. It's just my brain is just naturally flowing. So
Mhm.
I never look at TV and say, "Yo, they're rioting down DC. Let's put that in the story." Like, I'm not gonna do that just to tag in the readers. Like, "Oh snap, he's talking about current events." I don't really care about that stuff. I want to create our own current events in the comics.
Yeah.
Like have some stuff happen in the comics where you start living in our universe, like it's the real world. That's really the goal. You know what I mean? It's not to keep showing us as the victim in society. Like we're not the victims. We just don't feel like busting y'all ass right now. You know what I'm saying? That's that's really what it is. And at the end of the day, we take Flash for instance. Flash has like a super good life. He's like 18 years old with a good ass job and works in a science lab and all this other good stuff. Like, he just has a regular fantasy type of story. But then you take Cyborg. Cyborg is just dark as hell. It's just depressing. Mama got earthed and all kind of stuff. Flash mama died, but it was in the fantasy realm of how she died. Like, Cyborg's mom like died in like a car crash or something. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's just everything we got is real life. And I think that's why the Black Lightning show was so much realer than the other shows, because they just took what black people really go through and just threw it in on TV show. Whereas the Flash, they got to create storylines so that it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I think a
Great
lot of it
answer.
is also related to the fact that we are the audience as well. Like, we grew up as the audience. We know the kind of stories that we wanted to see and that we still want to see in media. And then now we had the power to actually influence pop culture and actually have an output of what is going on in culture right now. So you see a book like Odina, and you pick up a book like Odina, and it's not. I feel like a prop. I don't know if it's a problem, but something that I see in a lot of like the big two writing is that they are spoon feeding you information, that they are spoon feeding you what's wrong with the world instead of showing you what's wrong with the world, or
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
instead of like building like actual complex characters or actual human characters in, and instead of they're just giving you a cartoon of what the problems are. Like instead of stay of like they tell you racism is bad, and they have you a character like give you a whole Facebook speech about why Facebook is bad. Like it's something that you could grab out of a meme that you just saw on Instagram, instead of, which I think is something that made comic books uh, very popular before,
Mm-hmm.
is that they used to show you what was bad about it. Like when Black Panther fought the KKK back in the, I think it was the 70s, they didn't tell you, like they didn't give you a speech about how bad the KKK was. They showed you. And they put it in an adventure context. So I think that's something that Concrete is doing. Concrete is not telling you these things are bad, and like it's not giving you a speech. We're not giving you a speech. We're here to entertain you. And
Mm-hmm.
the priorities are entertainment, education. Entertainment comes first. Education is going to come whether you want it or not. Like if you pick a book like Odina, tons of action, tons of awesome fights, tons of laughs, but you also learn about Egyptian mythology. You also learn about Black culture. You also learn about history. You pick a book about Acolyte, and you're seeing like an actual Black superhero that is not defined by the fact that he's Black, which I think is very important. I think that that's the problem that a lot of these publishers have, that they try to bring representation and define the characters by the fact that they are of a certain group, right? Like first Latin superhero, or first Black superhero of this company, and like they make it like this superhero is black, 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 right? Like they toss it on your face instead of actually giving you a good story. So I think that's what Concrete is doing. Concrete is giving you good stories. Uh, they're gonna represent us regardless,
Right.
because we're making it. Right, it's going to represent us on the financial and the creative side, because the creators are from those groups, but it's also going to represent you on the surface level. But our priority is to give you an escape. Our priority is to make you think, to entertain you, to give you a good time. When you pop up a Concrete book, you're going to have a good time. You're going to be entertained. You're going to see some cool ass art, some great stories. You're going to see some awesome action, and you're going to know more after you close the book than you did before. So I think that that's what it is, man. We understand what the audience wants because we are the audience. We know what we want, and our opinions are in tune with what our readers want. And so we bring what our readers want into those comics because it's the same thing that we want.
That's really cool. Well, so speaking of your fans, so the world is slowly opening back up. Comic cons are starting to happen again. You guys mentioned earlier you're going to be the Atlanta Comic Con. So what are some of those cons you guys are looking forward to attending and meeting fans? What are you signed up for right now?
Well, Brett, it's quite a lot, Brett. I'll just say August
we would just release the calendar.
The calendar is definitely coming. I would say that I know that Anaji got something coming up in like a few weeks out there in Atlanta.
On Edgewood, it's I didn't know Space Jams comes out that weekend, so there's a Space Jam cosplay night. So I just signed up to be a vendor there. It's going to be in Edgewood. Cool. It's called Smoke and Chill, but
Smoke and Chill
sounds like an okay place to me.
Look, it's in Edgewood, so I'm gonna be chilling. I love it.
Yeah, we're supposed to be making an appearance.
You say you're gonna be chilling only?
Oh man,
why can't I do both?
You just say you're gonna be chilling. I didn't get invited to Smoke and Chill. Like I'm chilling all the time. Sorry. No. Oh.
Wow.
No, really.
So I think
I'm sorry. Let me.
We might be making an appearance at BlurredCon in the middle of July as well. That's still up in question because it's like it's getting into BlurredCon. It's like getting into Coachella.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of posts about that.
It's ridiculous. But August, we're starting it off in Atlanta at Atlanta Comic Con. Then I'll be with Daniel and Jamil again at Black Label Con the weekend after that. And then I believe I'm doing something and Onaji doing something the same weekend. But I think I'm doing Brooklyn Comic Con with Daniel and Jamil will probably be going with me to that too. And I think Onaji's doing something down there where he's at the third weekend of August. And I don't know if we're doing anything the end of the month, but I know that Odina is going to be doing her Kickstarter is going to be in August too. So it's going to be a lot of Odina, a lot of woman empowerment going on in the Concrete universe for August. And then I think the beginning of September, we just got invited to a con in San Diego. So we might be doing that one.
Very cool. Well, I was going to ask anything on the West Coast, and there you go.
Oh yeah. I love the West Coast.
That west side.
Yes, sir.
Well, speaking of West Coast, Black Star Collectibles, weren't you recently out there and they have your books in their store?
Yes, sir. Black Star Collectibles is incredible. And if you are in the California area, Los Angeles to be exact, you can get every title of Concrete Comics there, from Decimation Earth, The Watchmen, Andy Starboy, both Odinas, both Acolytes, both Absolvers. So you can go there and get the whole universe at Black Star Collectibles. That store is incredible. Like if I had that when I was a kid, man, Lord have mercy. They got everything. Everything black, man, they have it in there. Everything. So check it out. Everything, man. Everything besides the hug drinks that you stoke your finger in and drink. You know what I mean? Everything but that.
I remember those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. So let's do a fun question real quick. If you could write for any other book within Konkret other than your own, which one would you like to take a stab at?
Acolyte.
Can we not ask Jamil this question, please? Please,
Jamil.
Can you skip it when it gets to Jamil, please?
Within Konkret universe?
Yeah, if you could work on somebody else's book, any book, you want a shot at it, what would it be?
I've already started writing my version of Acolyte. I'm telling you, 10 times better than what the creator has done. Like, I promise you will love it. You know, I'm just saying, so I'm just waiting for the creator to give it a green light. I'll drop that, in the
hands of Jamil,
definitely Acolyte.
In the hands of Jamil, Acolyte will look like Omni-Man. He will look like Omni-Man. Like let's just be honest. You know what I mean? Straight up. He will be Omni-Man. You know what I I mean? Just
everything
blood everywhere.
that Jamil writes has Black Air Force energy. It's just straight up
everything.
Straight up brutal.
Straight up stomp the floor
energy.
with it.
Well, Alonzo, what book would? Okay, Jamil, go ahead.
Wait. Y'all pay me to be this bad guy. I just see Acolyte's potential, and I just want to deliver something great.
Would he not be Omni-Man in your hands?
I'm just saying, you're doing a good job, but in my hands, Acolyte will just be. You'll definitely be Omni-Man. Even worse. Even worse.
David Rucker on Instagram says that he would write for Starboy.
Oh man, Dave, I see you over there. Decimation. Stop playing.
That would be a killer run. I think you would rock that one.
Yeah.
Lonzo, what book would you want to write?
Yo, this is a very hard question. I'm not gonna lie to you because all the characters are super dope, and it gives the writer an opportunity to really jump outside of his norm. So I don't know, man. I think I would have the most fun annoying Onaji with what I make Odina say. You know what I'm saying? She would be saying the most ratchet things in my hands. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said it because if I did, I would get my hands on Zoriel and I would have.
Oh man, come on!
The most polite, precise, prettiest person she could ever be.
To be fair, there is a ton of other books that are coming from Konkret that I know that all of us want to take a stab at.
Oh my God. What I would do with Absolver.
Absolver would be having tea parties every day.
Tea parties.
He would be
No,
frolicking in fields of feathers and stuff. You know?
we can change Absolver's costume so that it's pink. You know, just a straight up pink. Straight up fuchsia costume.
Love. He shoots out rainbows out of his hands.
Absolver and the Care Bears is going to be our next crossover.
Absolver would be the gold dust of Konkret.
Yes. Comics on Instagram has a suggestion for a new Odina title. Would just be Odina the Most Ratchet instead of Odina
the Most Ratchet. You know what I'm saying?
Written by Alonzo Star.
I approve it.
Her title would be Bankhead Odina. You know what I'm saying? Bankhead.
We are over halfway through the show. I'm just going to pop this up here. We had a successful Kickstarter, but Patreon helps us do stuff month to month. If you want to help support us on Patreon, go to patreon.com/IndieComicsDispatch, and you can sign up for as little as $3 a month, and you're guaranteed at least one indie comic a month from us as part of your membership. It's a great deal. So go to patreon.com/Indie Comics Dispatch or search Indie Comics Dispatch in the Patreon app. Back to Instagram. David said that he would make Starboy a beast. Apparently, Starboy is not a beast currently.
Shots fired. Hold on. Oh, Dave, what you doing over there, Dave? Come on now.
He's trolling the chat. All right. So we know what books you'd write for if given the chance. Jamil would take Acolyte to Greatness, and he's being quiet from there now.
I definitely would.
What is one of the hardest things to do? This is not a setup, I promise. But what is one of the hardest things about working on this big of a team?
Working with Jamil.
I love you. I felt that coming from somebody. I said no. Oh my god.
No, you know. So
I know that's far from the truth.
No, you know what?
I know that's far from the truth.
The hardest part, if it's hard, it's not necessarily hard. It's more like just regular. We have great communication. We have great. I don't think we have any problems in general. Actually, I think we run this company like very smoothly. It's almost like clockwork. For the level that we're in, it's actually very, very easy to work at Konkret with the team that we're doing and with the new creators. The hardest part, if it's hard, it's not really hard. It's just like
listening to Lonzo.
New.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, he's a character. Let me get my mic. Let me speak to my mic. You know, like Lonzo.
Wow. Yeah. Here we go.
So I'm Lonzo Star, and I'm the creator of Acolyte. And fuck out of here.
Because of the voice that God gave me, some people don't, don't really like it like that. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm sorry,
it is what it is, man.
Okay, let me. No, that was actually a very good impression. I'm surprised.
Wow.
I think the hardest part would be just new creators enter Konkret, like the small period of adjustment of like teaching people how the process works, how the company works, like the different mechanisms. Because we run the company in a very organized way. We run it as a company because it is a company. While many people in indie comics they're accustomed to doing everything themselves, so they're not used to working with a team or having to like actually have a relationship with a company. So it's like that little period of adjustment of, hey, you're not doing everything yourself. You actually have to work with us. But we've had nothing but great experiences in that respect so far. So it's not really a problem. It's not really hard. It's just a regular part of building an industry. It's a regular part of building, this new legacy that we're building.
Yeah, I would say the hardest thing would be fighting the algorithms. You know what I'm saying? That's something that we really got to battle that that's like the main enemy right now is the algorithm, because one day it's showing us love, like our window is open where all of our followers are seeing it, and then it just be like boop.
I feel that.
Yeah, I mean it'd be like 30 people get to see it, and I got to do extra hard work on sharing and creating stories. Mm-hmm. So the algorithm is the hardest thing. As far as us as a team, we all stay out of each other's way. Everybody respects each other's space. You know what I'm saying? Minus Jamil. He kind of swings on me often, but you know what I'm saying? No, but everybody really stays out of each other's way, and we all respect each other as creators, and we all love each other's work. And I think, not from the outside, it may look like we're just a group of just friends just rocking out, but behind closed doors, we're really like business. It's all business, and we're extremely focused on quality and giving a good product. So the fact that we all have that same mindset makes it very easy to work with everybody. We all want to go to the same place, so we're all on the same bus. We're all going to the same destination. So
nice. Onaji, you got anything to add? Jamil?
Looking at Onaji change his hairstyle like every interview. Don't know what he gonna have going on. Lonzo always got to be a character. I'm trying to figure out why
Oh.
Daniel needs his shades on right now.
He's
Why
cool, man.
you know, like
I got the
the swag
flash
that
on my
Daniel
eyes
portraying.
hurt.
I feel some type of way. Like I'm not even swagged out, but you know, outside of that, honestly, Konkret Comics is dope. I'm not just talking shit because I'm a part of Konkret Comics, you know, but it's actually real nice work. You know, Daniel came right in and fit right in, no problems. You know, it's I really appreciate them. I'm being honest, you know, because I changed my whole schedule of work. You know, things have just been crazy for me, and you know, they really carried me for a while. So, still kind of. So, you know, that's why I appreciate having a team like them. You know, and like everything that Daniel said, it's beautiful. I mean, outside of personally working with Lonzo and shit, because he's annoying. Y'all see this business-minded, quiet guy, but when the leader of Konkret Comics creates a day called Troll Mondays, that's
Can we let
do.
this go? That was ages ago, man. All right.
I'm scarred. I am mentally, emotionally scarred from Troll Mondays. Every morning, 7:30 on
Can
the
I make
dot.
an announcement?
Telling you,
Feel free.
Jamil hasn't treated me nicely since I became fully connected. You know what I'm saying? Like since the Beard fully connected, he's been distant. He's been treating me kind of. Hey, listen, man, you see it, man. Come on, man. Jamil hasn't been treating me nicely since I became fully connected. And all right. Does everybody want to get a gander? Okay.
I'll trust you.
Thank you.
That's a lie.
You know what I'm saying?
Lonzo started growing out his hair so he can steal from it and start patching his face. Also, you can see that little indenture right here.
He has no evidence of that.
Right there. Yeah,
he has no evidence of that.
Go ahead.
So maybe they'll change their mind after this part. But every time we have one of you guys on, every time somebody comments or messages me after the fact, like how can I work for Konkret? And I say, I don't know. You got to message them. So let's just answer it on the air. Are you guys accepting creators still, or how does somebody pitch to Konkret Comics?
Well, we are going to be opening up a lot of things, but you got to keep a watch on how that's going to be done. But as far as the creator aspect, writers aspect, artist aspect, those two guys down there, Jamil Lessie, Daniel D, those are the guys that you got to contact. If you're an artist, you got to holler at Jamil Lessie. If you're a writer, creator, you got to holler at Daniel D. They'll tell you what you got to do, how to communicate with us the concrete way. And yeah, and if you're trying to book us for any events, shows, Comic Cons, anything special, got to call Onaji for that. You know what I'm saying? He's the guy that will definitely get us looking right. And also for film, if you do animation, you got to contact Onaji for that.
So let's hit on that for a minute. You guys have kind of teased some animations and some other things.
Man.
What's coming down the road with that? What can we expect to see more fleshed out Konkret Comics animation?
Oh,
I don't know what's going on, Brett. I can't hear you clearly, bro. You know what I mean? It's getting real staticky. I don't know.
Text your meal real quick. It's cool.
Oh man.
Wait, get him out of
this
there.
one to Onaji, man.
I think I just got a notification from PayPal. So yeah, about the animation.
So I'm guessing that we're going to be seeing something soonish then.
We are.
I'm
We do
guessing
have
you're
some.
gonna have to just wait and see, Brett.
Whoa. Maybe if we see you in Atlanta, Brett, we can have a nice talk. We'll make sure to dip you in the pool to make sure there's no wire on you or nothing like that.
I know.
and we'll have a good talk.
Don't keep patting Brett down, but like
patting them down.
Okay.
Yep. First thing you doing, Brett, is going swimming. You know what I'm saying? So
let's just quote Drake here and say that a white man once said nothing at all.
there it is.
You know?
There it is.
So
just know we working.
Let's just keep it clean. Yeah.
Just know we working. That's it, Brett. We working.
We work. We get a lot of stuff on the works.
We working.
David asked, I think he wants to know if he can get on. Can I pop in for a minute? Yeah, David, if you have the link.
Oh, Davey did. Yeah, I sent it in the group chat, Dave.
Yeah.
And
go for it. I'll let
out,
you on there.
Shout out to Muna Mara.
Yeah.
Y'all, listen now. All right. We ain't saying much, but just be on the watch for her.
All right.
That's
She said to get your books in concrete, you have to have a good ass story. So
she know the deal. She know the swag.
Onaji, you've been working on a live action.
I mean, if I'm
Odina's story.
Yeah.
You've been posting teasers. When is that coming out soon too? Also.
Odina.
Maybe it might be included in the Kickstarter.
Okay.
Kickstarter.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff that you're gonna get.
You guys have a lot.
You can get a bunch of.
I mean, I got the original script to that if you want it.
What?
First of all, shut up.
You do? I didn't get it.
I'm just letting you know.
Why didn't I get it?
Original script.
Huh?
Don't trust your mail. Don't trust him.
Actually, Daniel, I will salute to Daniel because I actually edited it. You know, writing is rewriting, so I edited it. It's been going through so many drafts. Daniel, I will let you see it. So.
I would be
I still got
mad
the
if
original,
you didn't. I would genuinely be offended. I would genuinely be mad.
Jamel?
Yeah.
I think Lonzo and I both are trying to send David the link.
Yeah, no, I was trying to too, but
yeah,
I'll let you rock out, brother.
Oh, it's fine.
Tell him that it's in the Facebook Messenger chat that I sent everybody.
I'm sending it to you right now, David, via Instagram, and then you can also check.
And shout out to our brother Lyle. He for him dropping his first book and it be successful. It's getting such super great feedback.
And that's 16 years old too. I mean, he's an
16,
amazing young man. He's an
amazing young man. He's so young, so youthful. You know what I mean? Shout out to Lyle, man. He's 15 and a half. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he'll be 16 soon enough. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I did not know we had minors on concrete stuff.
Yeah. I had to sign them.
That just changed everything.
Are we breaking child labor laws? Like,
No. He has his working papers, so it's all good. It's all good.
His working papers.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
First of all, I'm not gonna let you get at my boy.
Are you trying to build an alliance here,
just like me, yes, because once I realized that he's into kicks, I was like, yo, that's all I need to know. So leave my boy Lyle.
Has anybody ever watched?
All right.
Has anybody ever watched Survivor?
Yes.
Oh, here
See,
we go.
if Jamil don't play it right, but he gonna get voted off, man. All right, you know what I'm saying? Okay, play it right here. All right, find the right click.
I'm just saying,
Lyle is on the wrong
swag,
side,
bro.
right?
You got swag. Yeah, but yeah.
You wait till Lyle start trolling you, man. Don't show up to Troll Monday trying to get a troll free card. All right.
No, be fair within country.
David.
Hey,
is North Carolina in the house?
How you doing, David? It's been a while, man.
Yeah, it has. I do apologize for being late. I had having dinner with the family, so
it's all good.
Understandable.
Yeah.
So, David, give us a little snippet of Decimation Earth. What? Somebody said something. I don't know what. Can you give us a brief overview of Decimation Earth, and then I got one last kind of question for you guys. But give us an overview of Decimation Earth first.
Well, I would basically say Decimation Earth is an Afro-futuristic Lovecraftian thriller. It's got a little bit of horror. It's got a little time travel. And I don't want to give much else away because every time I do, I end up giving away stuff in the story. So that's all I'm going to give. Secret. And if you ask Daniel there, I keep trying to reinvent how to summarize the story. So I'm just going to leave it there.
That sounds good. And Decimation Earth 1 and 2 are out now, right?
Right. Yeah. Decimation Earth 1 and 2 are out. Decimation Earth 3 is in the pipe, and Decimation Earth 4 and 5 are just sitting waiting to get to the artist.
Big talking Dave over there, man. Y'all hear him? You know what I'm saying? Big talking Dave.
Yeah. So guys, let's there are creators out there who are either watching this right now or they maybe are going to listen to this after the fact on the podcast, and they want to know how they can get to where Konkret is, right? So let's go around the screen and give your best advice. And it'll be interesting because we asked this last year too. It'll be interesting to see how your advice has changed and updated over the past year. What's one piece of advice you would give a new creator? Whoever wants to go first can go first.
Jamil, go ahead, Jamil.
You don't want me to go first. I'm too real with it. So
then go.
Yeah, that's what people need, though.
Yeah.
Jamil, start us off.
If I'm going to be real, if I'm being honest, reasons why you're trying to do this needs to be very important. And if you're joining this for money, you're going. It's a long hill to climb. But if you're passionate about what you're doing and trying to do, then you're right exactly where you need to be. And just be open to criticism, and understand not everything you create is not meant for everybody, and that's the beauty of it all. Some people prefer, a lot of people prefer Acolyte and Odina, and some people prefer Absolver. And I love everybody that loves Absolver, and I love everybody that loves Acolyte and Odina, all the same, and Andy Starboy. So, your reasons behind everything and your passion is real important. And just be open to criticism and understand that everything is a learning lesson. When you are successful, you learn from it. When there's a setback, you learn from it, and you just keep going and you keep going, and then be smart about your money because it becomes pricey. So I'm gonna end there. I know you asked for one, I gave like 10, so I'm sorry.
No, I love that.
Let's all give finger snaps for Jamil. Finger snaps for Jamil. That was a great thing.
Oh
Good
my!
job, Jamil.
Yo, can somebody take away his mic, like literally, like take away the mic? That voice.
Who's next?
Don't everybody talk at once. Okay.
Lonzo,
Right.
since everybody want to pick names.
Yeah, Lonzo, you go.
Okay then. So you're saying, so the question is for somebody that's just trying to get in here and how to get their feet set to start moving forward. I would say it starts with the vision board. Create that vision board, really understand where you want to go and understand the process, what you need to do to get there. Once you make those steps, if you follow them, you have nothing to worry about. So I remember I wrote, I think it was 2018 and 2019. I posted on my wall like every goal I wanted to meet. And before I knew it, my wife was like, "You realize you did everything on that list." And the only reason why I did it is because every time I wake up, I saw that list. So it reminded me every day to do this, do that, check this, or try to get a book done by this date. Like put those dates where you see them. And it'll keep you grounded. It'll keep you leveled, like to really stay on yourself. But it really starts with the vision board. And your vision board may include you finding people to join your team and to work with. It may include finding a promotional manager or finding somebody, that can help you understand the business. That may be your first step. So really just start with the vision board, know what you want to do. And then from there, you will find all the answers of how you need to do it. That's what I got for you. Lonzo, I'll finish nice for Lonzo. Let's do this. Let's get it.
No.
Oh, Najee?
Yeah. So I would say the question is, let me repeat the question because this is going to be one of the things where I'm about to be a little real. So
that's fine. So the question is, and you answer whatever you want. What's a piece of advice, like an actionable piece of advice for a first-time creator who's wanting to get into the indie comic game?
Okay. So here's the thing: what are you doing it for? Like that's the question you got to answer. Like, what are you doing? Are you doing it for accolades? Are you doing it for like? What is the whole purpose? Are you here to actually tell a story? Like, if you're here to tell a story, then get to that shit. Don't wait on it. Just get to it. Just start. And also, if it's 10 years past and no one's even bought one of your books, are you still going to be doing it? Like, don't bullshit. Like, nothing happens overnight. Put in the work and just do it.
The redness of a Najee, ladies and gentlemen.
Shut up.
David, what do you got?
I'm gonna say keep it real, like Onaji. If you get into this, it's because you have a passion and desire, and you want to create something. You want to create something that you want to read and enjoy. But as Onaji says, if it's 10 years later and no one's read your book, that's when you really know when you have a passion. If you keep going and keep slugging away to keep writing. Um, and that's why I'm in it, because I love to create. I love to, write. There's like a million ideas I have downstairs shoved in drawers and boxes all over the place that I could pull out and write a short story. But I just love writing and creating, and that's why I do it. Because I know I'm not a very good artist, so I chose writing. If I could get away with doing stick figures and writing, I would do that too. But I can't get away with stick figures.
You could try, but
I don't know. You can get away with stick figures. Them stick figure animation fights is off the chain.
They are pretty dope.
You can get away with it. Trust me, you can.
After a while, if you believe you're great, some more people start believing you're great.
Yeah, and I gotta say that's one of the reasons why I like being part of this group. And I know I'm the new guy, and one of the reasons when Alonzo started talking to me about Konkret, I liked everything I heard. I liked where they were going. Just sitting back and watching the four of them joke around and camaraderie and their relationship. That's very important in this business, is to have people like that around you. And I've been blessed from the people at Konkret and all the other people who've helped me get to where I'm at right now with my writing, is that you've got to have that community around you. And I think that's also important, very important. So thank you guys.
Thank you. You brave.
I appreciate you too, man.
You brave for want to join us.
Yeah, Dave. I don't know, man. It might be a bad decision.
Well, hey, it's just like the Beatles. I'll be Ringo.
Oh man,
you're gonna say you'd be Yoko. Okay, but you're gonna be Ringo. Daniel, you haven't said anything yet.
Daniel.
Okay, to kind of follow up on keeping it real, don't. This is hard. This is hard and expensive and painful, and you meet a lot of very sucky people.
Very sucky.
I keep comparing the comic book industry to a lot of the time, like seeing Superman do cocaine in the parking lot. It's shiny and pretty on the outside, but when it gets dark, it gets dark.
I like it.
Now, something that I really want to double down on, like the guys are saying, like if nobody has read your book in 10 years, would you keep doing it? Yes, that is important. You don't do this. Like Jack Kirby used to say, comic books will break your heart. And it's true. Comic books will break your heart many times. Deals won't come true. Like people won't. Like it's taken a while for us, not only as individuals but as a company, to actually start making a very good profit, like we are doing now with our books, and to be getting the recognition and the love that we are getting now. But it took a while, like more than a year, for us to get to this point. And if you are not willing to go through that process, then don't even start, because you are only going to bring yourself a whole lot of pain. Now, if you really want to do this, if this is your passion, if this is something that you really want to do for the rest of your life, go for it. Don't wait until nobody tells you, and don't just do one book and wait for it to hit. Keep doing books. Keep doing stuff. Keep doing stuff. First book didn't sell. Okay, next one. Second one didn't sell. Next one. Third one didn't sell. Next one. And before you know it, you're going to have like 10 books. You're going to be one of the most productive people out there. And even if you don't think of it that way, you are going to be light years away from anybody else who is doing comics, just because of the sheer volume of work that you're going to have out. So my advice to you is keep doing stuff. Never stop stuff. But if your first book isn't an instant success, that's fine. You promote it, whatever. Every year, set yourself the goal. Every year, I need to pull out something new. Every year, I need to bring something new to the world. Every year, I need to get more sales. Every year, I need to produce something. Every year, I need to make more connections, go to more Comic Cons, always level up every year. Because if you don't strive to do that, you're going to be stuck in the same place for 20 years. And every day we see people like that, not only in comics, but in every creative or entrepreneur or any kind of entrepreneurship. If you don't work for it every day without pay, without immediate compensation, then you're basically screwed. You need to do it every day. You need to work for it, even if it hurts. And it's a crazy endeavor. It definitely is. It's not something that normal people do. But if you're destined for greatness, then you're not destined to be normal. You're destined to be extraordinary. So you need to go through extraordinary tasks in order to get to that place. You need to earn it. So that's what you need.
Love it. Love it.
Trial by
Guys,
fire.
what's that?
That's a trial by fire.
Yep. Guys, this has been a great time. For those who maybe didn't follow from the beginning, back before we were even Indie Comics Dispatch, we had Concrete Week a year ago, and it's just amazing to see how far you guys have come in a year. And you guys are getting ready to be launching issue 3s throughout this fall, and it's just amazing to watch you guys grow. And I hope next year we have you back on, and it's just, again, just light years away from where you're at right now too.
Hey Brett, shout out to you, man, and congratulations on this year that you've had. You've really been kind of putting the whole community under your umbrella and just promoting them and giving them a space to really be seen and heard. So shout out to platforms like yourself that really help us creators out, kind of grow more. So shout out to you and blessings. And you've been showing us love since day one, since our first Kickstarter, and you still rocking with us. You invited us on for the season finale. That's a real big thing. So years later, when people are looking at the first season of your show, you're going to see Concrete at the beginning and the end.
Yep.
And that means a lot to us, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you. Thank you.
It definitely does.
Yeah. Big
Guys,
round of applause to you, my man. Like what you've done.
Well, thank you.
We're not doing snaps no more.
Oh, snaps are good.
Snap, guys, snap.
Thank you, guys.
And
If
I'm
you're
just
not
gonna put this out there, Brett.
Yes, sir.
If you ever need any voiceover, commercial work,
Oh my God.
I am here for that.
Number,
you know
don't
what
worry.
I'm
I got Najee's number. I'll just give him a call.
saying? Yeah, straight. Call Najee, call Dave for that work.
For what?
I'm not doing
Adult
that.
films? Is that what he's gonna hire you for?
Adult films. Hey, listen, Brett.
It's a new
talk to me
area we're
numbers,
expanding
Brett.
into. Adult films dispatch. It's
Brett.
just a thing.
All you gotta do is talk some numbers to me, Brett. You know what I'm saying? We can work something out. We can work something out.
That's
Hey,
what it's gonna
Rondo would definitely work for a cheeseburger. Trust me.
Oh,
Keeping it in
What's
mind.
going on
Keeping
here?
it in mind.
Is this what we're doing today? Is this what we're doing, guys? Wow. Can we let Brett
Gentlemen.
close this show out without
Sorry,
ratchetness,
Brett.
please?
Close your
Jesus.
No, it's fine because this is what it's always been, right? And so, guys, it is always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you for being here for our season finale. If you're out there watching or listening to this after the fact, guys, we're on hiatus for July as we fulfill Kickstarter rewards and we plan out season 2. We'll be back in August with season 2, so it's just a month off. And so I can enjoy some summertime, like Daniel and Onaji, who have their shades on.
Summertime.
Everybody out there, if you don't already follow Concrete Comics, follow Concrete Comics. If you're out there listening to this because of Concrete Comics and don't follow Indie Comics Dispatch, follow Indie Comics Dispatch for more great content from creators like Concrete Comics. And if you have $3 extra a month and want to support the Patreon, go to patreon.com/IndieComicsDispatch. Everybody out there, we will see you in August.